The top news posts of November 4th.
Tuesday, November 4th, at 3 a.m. As nuclear weapons testing can forever scar a nation, just ask the Marshall Islands. CNN. The debate over U.S. nuclear weapons testing is intensifying. The Marshall Islands highlights the lasting scars such actions can inflict. China denies its own testing, urging a U.S. moratorium. While the Pentagon reportedly moves quickly and President Trump backs new tests, his energy secretary has detailed how they'd work, indicating internal debate within the administration.
Tuesday, November 4th, at 2:43 a.m. Worker dies after partial collapse of medieval tower in Rome. BBC. Breaking news out of Rome, where a medieval tower partially collapsed today. Tragically, a worker who was trapped in the rubble has died despite extensive rescue efforts. A somber outcome for the historic city.
Tuesday, November 4th, at 2:29 a.m. Three key races: California's map and the Trump factor. What to watch in US elections. BBC. Americans head to the polls today for crucial elections across the nation. From New York City's mayoral race to historic contests in Virginia, and key votes in New Jersey and California, all eyes are on the results. These are the first major elections of what's being dubbed the new Trump era, offering an early look at the former president's enduring influence and popularity. We're watching three key factors as the votes come in tonight.
Tuesday, November 4th, at 12:26 a.m. Israel rocked by scandal as top military lawyer is thrown into jail. NPR. Tonight, a major scandal is rocking Israel. The nation's former top military lawyer has been arrested, embroiled in controversy over a leaked video. The footage reportedly depicts the abuse of a Palestinian detainee, an incident sparking a frantic search for answers and widespread outrage.
Monday, November 3rd, at 11:07 p.m. Virginia governor's race will test Trump and Democrats nationally and make history. App News. Virginia's governor's race is dominating national headlines, seen as a crucial test for Donald Trump's influence and Democratic momentum. This election is about more than just state politics, it's a national bellwether, poised to make history. We'll have live results as they unfold.
Monday, November 3rd, at 9:03 p.m. Trump administration says it is paying out half of November's SNAP benefits. The Washington Post. The Trump administration confirms it will provide only half of November's usual SNAP benefits. The move comes as the federal government shutdown threatens food aid, leaving several states scrambling to assist. Critics say many Americans are dumbfounded by the cruelty of the reduced payments.
Monday, November 3rd, at 7:46 p.m. NYC mayoral candidates make final push ahead of Election Day. App News. New York City heads to the polls today for its mayoral election. Voters choose between Zohran Mamdani, Andrew Cuomo, and Curtis Sliwa after candidates made their final appeals. The race has been contentious. Some CEOs oppose a Mamdani win, though Jamie Dimon offered support. On election eve, Mamdani spoke of making history, while Donald Trump endorsed Andrew Cuomo. We'll have live results as they emerge.
Monday, November 3rd, at 6:01 p.m. Trump threatens to cut funds if communist Mamdani wins mayoral election. The Guardian. Donald Trump is actively campaigning in the New York City mayoral race. The former president endorsed Andrew Cuomo, while threatening to cut federal funding should communist candidate Mamdani win. Mamdani, in turn, argues a vote for Cuomo is a vote for Trump.
Monday, November 3rd, at 5:55 p.m. Reaganomics in Jersey. Jack Ciattarelli has a supply-side dream if H is elected governor this week. Politico. This week, the New Jersey gubernatorial election takes center stage. Republican Jack Ciattarelli is touting a supply-side economic vision for the state. We'll be watching to see if early voting patterns benefit Democrats, and if the party can reverse recent Latino voter gains, a trend that may offer national clues. As live results come in, Nate Silver's 538 poll offers its most accurate prediction for who will win the Garden State's top office.
Monday, November 3rd, at 4:48 p.m. Thune says extended shutdown means Senate needs to shift date on funding government. ABC News. The government shutdown continues, pushing Capitol Hill to discuss new funding deadlines. Senate Republicans are reportedly exploring a longer-term spending bill. Speaker Johnson confirms a new continuing resolution date is under discussion. Senator Thune remains optimistic the shutdown could end this week, aiming for funding through January. Senators are also eyeing a December or January deal as talks intensify.
Monday, November 3, at 4:42 p.m. Education Department sued over new student loan forgiveness rule. Axios. The Education Department is facing 2 new lawsuits over a controversial rule limiting student loan forgiveness for public servants. Multiple states are suing the Trump administration, alleging public workers could be denied forgiveness if their cities defy federal directives. This challenge targets a significant change to a key program impacting thousands.
Monday, November 3, at 4:41 p.m. Starbucks to sell majority stake in China business to Boyu Capital. Financial Times. Starbucks is divesting its majority stake in its China operations, ceding control to Boyu Capital. The deal is valued at $4 billion, with Boyu reportedly seeking a $1.4 billion loan to finance the acquisition.
Monday, November 3, at 4:23 p.m. Jamaica rushes to prepare for peak tourism season as it digs out from Hurricane Melissa. App News. Jamaica is reeling from Hurricane Melissa. Survivors are desperately attempting to rebuild, many still waiting for vital aid for both the living and the dead. International assistance is pouring in, with a Leicester Centre reportedly inundated with supplies. Amidst the recovery, the island nation is also rushing to prepare for its vital peak tourism season. On a brighter note, a South Florida father has tearfully reunited with his 12-year-old son, who was stranded in Jamaica for days, simply saying, "I was scared."
Monday, November 3, at 3:56 p.m. Tanzania's president blames foreigners for deadly protests after disputed election. PBS. Tanzania's new president, Samia Suluhu Hassan, takes office amidst a disputed election and deadly unrest. The opposition labels the vote a sham, alleging hundreds dead, while human rights groups report unlawful killings and blackouts. The president blames foreigners, as an urgent travel advisory warns of potential terrorist violence.
Monday, November 3, at 2:19 p.m. Tariffs have been Donald Trump's personal crusade. Now a Supreme Court test. ABC News. Sweeping global tariffs, a hallmark of Donald Trump's presidency, are now heading to the Supreme Court. The High Court will confront these tariffs in a significant test of presidential power. Justices will examine the limits of executive authority, separation of powers, and the use of emergency provisions. A pivotal case shaping future presidential actions.